basically sharing a bit of the Canna lifestyle with the coffee talk. You'll hear interviews, reviews on products, a bit of my own personal life experiences, and sharing on YouTube for over 10 years now, being active on the internet with my own chronic illnesses, and many interviews in the future, along with a dose of a normalcy. We are a community around the world, and I bring you this podcast to give you a normal place to enjoy your Mary and your Joe. Hello, everybody. If you are watching, welcome. We are the Mary and Joe Show, and tonight we have the awesome Tuki Roo with us and Marie Tarot 504. Please introduce you guys yourselves.
Good evening. How's everybody doing out there?
Hello, everyone.
We're all excited to be on this show tonight. We are doing, as we do on the Mary and Joe Show, where we honor our Mary and our Joe, we're doing a mashup shout out episode. So basically, we're going to be sharing people we love or things we love every month at the end of the month. The last episode will always be our shout out episode. So it is kind of like bringing up new topics, but mostly we just want to like educate you guys with people who should get recognition. So, how's your night going, my dear?
Going pretty good.
I am so happy we're on. I'm changing my earphones, so let me mute myself. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. How are you doing today, Tuki?
Feeling good?
How's everybody out there in the YouTube, Twitch, whatever she's
Streets.
the from?
Streets.
All the things.
All the things. So let me say hello in the comments so everybody knows we're on. Hello. Hi, everybody. We have a few different people already queued up, but we're not sure if another, few people might come to mind while we're talking about stuff. We're going to basically kind of like, if you've ever been to summer camp or, in a group community setting where you pass the torch and the next person says what they would like to share and whatnot, that's kind of how we're going to do it. So we're just mixing it up and sharing along as we go. Do you want to start it off tonight, Marie, or should we have Tuki?
We both had
Christina Randall, yeah. Let me pull her up.
So I've watched
yes, please share.
For a while. And I've actually been following Christina for a while. When she got her Casually Christina, it's a little bit more personal over there, but her true crime and the way that she follows cases and how real and raw she is, I really do like her, and she keeps it short. So I like long videos, but sometimes I want a short, 30 minutes.
Right.
That gives me the whole thing, I want the meat. She's able to deliver that, I feel.
I mean, I think that her Florida roots really give her some spunk, and the fact that she has been in jail before, prison, not jail, prison, for a couple of years, wasn't it? I think so.
Yeah.
So I feel like for her to be able to speak about true crime, in my personal experience watching her, she's very humble. She doesn't just pass judgment. She's open-minded. She gives you facts. And the videos are very well edited, like extremely well. What is one of the earliest videos you remember hearing about?
I just did one on the Kylie Rodney case.
Right. Let's pull up that one.
If you want to give her a little intro at least.
Yeah, let's see if it actually, does she have a trailer in here? No, she doesn't. Yeah, let's definitely share this one. Yeah, let's share this one.
$1,000 a month, if not more.
Oops. Oh, how ridiculous, peoples. There we go.
Very clearly and unambiguously apologize to you,
If I can get her intro.
I did not.
Good Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody is feeling good and feeling great. You guys, we are at the end of August.
I love her intro. She's my favorite of all the intros.
So cute. And she's
I like
so
want to dance around when she's good morning, good morning, good morning. It's great. Yeah.
It's
I
usually
actually,
ask if you're getting out and if you're drinking your water and
Right.
exercising. She's cute.
yes. And she is not about hate. She's not about drama. She really has no freaking time for it. And we're all Southern women here, me and you. We can say it how we mean it. And us Southern women, we find ourselves in drama when we don't want to be. So she could
She
easily.
actually lived in New Orleans. She danced in New
Did
Orleans for a
she?
time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be linking her to this podcast, and we do encourage you guys to check out the most recent video. I will be linking it in the description. We just want to give props where props due. I mean, let's just throw it out here and see if we can get a good example of her commentary for people.
Amber's putting on a show. This is the version of Amber we're getting here. But you can see her getting aggravated.
Well, it's a problem for me too. So let me.
And in this courtroom, she cannot control it, and it's getting under her skin.
I want you to be.
See how well she edits it, people? She gives you just a second of her points, and then she throws the video back in your face. I do like her as a content creator, definitely. I think one of the earlier was probably Gabby Petito that I mean, I've watched her for a while, but Gabby Petito, she really handled it pretty well. And then the Kylie one, currently, we've been seeing some pretty good, she's like, I don't know about this, guys. I don't know, really honest reviews.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm going to click
up another YouTuber
yes.
that we both probably have on our list.
Ooh, we forgot. I know what you're thinking. Say it, please.
Ryan Upchurch.
Yes.
But
We
yeah,
are gonna...
I think that he's definitely on to something or on the right way. And what's interesting is that the Kylie Rodney case is getting so much attention, and why hasn't anybody come up with the proof?
Mm-hmm.
So I am curious to watch the video that you said should premiere tomorrow.
Yes. Can we I will bring that up right now. AWP. That's exactly what we're going to do next, because this is the thing. We have Ryan Upchurch right here, who has had some very good points about there's some strange things going on. And apparently AWP was supposed to receive almost $100,000 worth in a vehicle. The Hellcat, is that what it is? Or Hellfire?
Yeah.
I can't remember what. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hellcat. And they haven't returned. Now, he was willing to actually cut them a check if they didn't want the vehicle and to do with what they may. So I do find him really credible with how much he's put himself out there on a limb. Legally, I'm sure there are some people trying to fester some lawsuits. I will say that right ahead. But he's been right so far along his wavelength that things just don't add up. And so today, as we will get into what I was just discussing, AWP. I hope it just pops out. Well, that's good to know. Okay, so we're going to watch this quick little promo. Now, if you are a member, which it varies from $29.99 to as low as $6.99 to be a member, you can see the videos ahead of time, which I find a little bit disturbing. I must say that he's charging people to see this when this is an open investigation. So here we go. This is the most recent preview.
I think we're unique because now, as you can see,
sorry about that. But this 48-minute long video, which is part of this premiere, will be seen most likely tomorrow.
16-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
mother is missing her 16-year-old daughter.
Tomorrow marks 2 weeks since the Truckee teenager disappeared after attending a party at a campground.
She was either hungover or just had a really rough day. She looked distressed.
When do you think that this took place? Parked his van right here, facing that direction. Her vehicle was parked right over here. I have set a radius of 10 miles around Prosser Creek Reservoir. We're going to work hard to clear Stampede, Independence, Boca, and Prosser Creek, all within that 10-mile range. I've just located in the corner of this cove here a target that I cannot identify. 18 different agencies, over 19,000 man hours have been put into this. I'm a firm believer in second chances. However, some things don't deserve forgiveness. Taking the
I just want to say right there, that's a big statement.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big statement, guys. If you've watched Adventures with Purge, have you followed them, Marie? Over time? You have not. I have followed them for at least a year since summer, and they came out of nowhere, and they did have an impact, but not on the summer case. We can't say that they've solved every case because they've said that they haven't solved every case. Yet the situation right here with Kylie, which I do feel like they did do a job, but it is strange how this is all coming together. Let's keep watching and then tell me what your opinion is after.
A life of a 16-year-old deserves zero forgiveness.
You see that?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. It's only 10 feet of water. We definitely have something man-made. If this is her, this means all hope is lost as far as her still being out there, her being found safe.
What would you want to say to Kylie tonight?
I love her so much. So many people love her. And we're all looking and we're trying so hard. And I'm so sorry we haven't found you yet, but we're not giving up and just hang in there, sweetie. Just find her soon. Bring it home.
I don't want to find her. I want to be able to clear all this water and be able to tell the family she's not here. She's not here. Our job is to be here to find the where.
Confirm. I see the vehicle and the license plate. We have just found Kylie's vehicle. Over.
Yeah, it's intense. I mean,
that's an intense
I know
moment.
There was a moment when we were all wondering, and I was definitely up and listening to this case because you feel for her, and
yeah.
I mean, as one of the people that we said, like Christina said, I mean, we've all been in situations that it's like, how did I survive that? So this girl going to a party. And the way that it happened, it'll touch everybody who's ever been a youth. And, I mean, this little girl, from what they said, I mean, I'm really ready for other things to come out because it is very crazy that a YouTuber has called these people out. And so far, nobody's stepped forward and given any kind of proof.
Still.
Right.
Even
so
still.
It just makes me wonder, like, what is...
And it's September 2nd. I'm sorry, I misinformed you guys. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem...
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
But I did say a while back when I felt her in the water.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if she...
And I felt her deceased immediately.
Or what happened, or were the cops covering it up? I mean, what was really going on there?
Mm-hmm. Welcome, Jay. Thank you for being in the chat. Yeah, I am pretty freaked out. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's just be realistic here. If Adventures with Purpose isn't supposed to be reporting on this stuff and he's keeping his mouth shut even to Ryan, and to the rest of the public, they're keeping their mouth shut, then why are we looking at a promo video that is on a paid site when he can make $100,000 right now from Ryan, which would go back into their program, okay,
which it's supposed to be a nonprofit, which is why I kind of go with Ryan's statement right here. It's a little bit strange right now, guys, that if this is about what they do, then why isn't he communicating with them? And I find it odd that I find it extra odd that Ryan went through with all this on the publicity and still never got an okay that they even wanted it.
Right.
That is a good point, so I don't know. If you guys are listening, wherever the platforms you're listening, please comment and we will, if we believe, your comments should be showcased, we do put them on the screen. So, but, yeah, for true crime, I would say she's pretty great. And I also lately have been listening to, let me find it. I just pulled it up. Really now? Oh, here we go. Finally. I got a lot of tabs here, people. You don't know. All right. So this is who I've been keeping my eyes on the news because Ryan Upchurch actually claimed that he's not going to be staying on top of the Kylie thing anymore until he sees proof and evidence that this whole thing isn't just a big scam. That's the fact, like a GoFundMe scam, which is my point about if they got $100,000, they wouldn't need a GoFundMe still. They wouldn't need to have people donating so often. Yet that's being pushed. So it does make sense. It's a little bit concerning. But the Pascal show is similar to, I would say, a lot of people's view of possibly Ikmel, but I think he's a lot better. This guy is just, he takes you on the walk as he's learning. So he, common sense. We're all learning together, but on live streams. Let me see if he has a live right now. He's alive a lot. But yeah, this is the one, and I'm going to bring this up real quick because let me pull. I hope it's still showing. Good. All right, let me turn off this guy, though. I love this commercial, though. It's cute. It's a little tiny shirt and backpack. It's like Kiki all over, isn't it? Hello there, UFO. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's go. All right, so I'm going to go to like where I assumed that he had actually gotten to the point because obviously there was evidence, but we were all just as a collective thinking coming together and discussing it. Let me see this.
On why there was a great exodus at around 12:30 p.m. We're going to get into that here in just a second, but let's hear some more from Nick.
All of this. When do you think that this took place? Or was it before, during the day, after she disappeared?
To be honest with you, it's either right after she disappeared or right before she disappeared. But it was around noonish, like 11 o'clock in the morning when I got out to her during that.
So, 11
And who is Nick? Is Nick the boyfriend? I'm having a moment here, guys.
I'm not really sure, honestly.
Yeah, I think Jagger was the boyfriend. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
boyfriend.
get back to more of the meat because he does. Man, he made some good points. I was like, oh my skin. I sent you a message. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Happened, and all the kids' parents told them not to get involved. You may want to keep in mind that there is a possibility of what happened to Kylie could be more sinister, and there was a panic. I do. I feel the same way. A kid goes missing after attending a party of 200 to 300 people. There's always, most likely, something that happened at that party. Someone knows something. Someone possibly did something.
I feel exactly what he's saying here.
Are you guys agreeing?
And as we're saying that right now, I want to just bring up a case since we're talking about true crime and everything.
Let's do it.
Shoot it at Lodges. She was 3 days into being 17. And she was shot at a party after a football game in the New Orleans area, Gentilly. They still have not been able to find the gunman. He hasn't turned himself in, and I don't know how many people from New Orleans is listening, but I mean that girl was a baby, and it's babies shooting babies, and it's a damn shame. But if they gonna shoot that family's child, they gonna shoot your child, like. They gotta sit down. They done misbehaved, and it is what it is. We gotta stop all of this. And it does matter. Everybody does have a voice. It was a party. That's like this Kylie Rodney stuff. It was a party. You gonna tell me nobody saw what was going on?
Sorry about that. Can you hear me? Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna come out. Be right back. Can you hear me? Okay, let me see what's going on with this. Unmute. Can you hear me? I think I lost you guys. Oh, she's coming back. All right, we're pulling back up what we were just discussing because it's such a good point. Here we go. All right. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
All right. So I'm just now bringing it up. I found the first. I think my internet just took a nice happy dive when we were trying to bring it up. All right. Oh man, it won't let me. Hold on. Keep going, girl. Keep it moving.
Haven Lodges, if anybody knows anything. And as far as the Kylie Rodney thing, I mean, I do think it's crazy they gave him $65,000. Like, what? What's going on here? Why did they need that much money to bury her?
Right.
Found now. Like, I
Right.
understand funeral expenses, you know, but I mean, I don't know how that works exactly.
Right. It's not letting me pull it up because it's a Facebook post. So I'm trying to pull up a video of it. Do you know how to spell her name by chance?
I think
Because it's not saying it on here. Say it again.
I think it's Haven, and then
Okay.
Lodges,
Oh, okay.
LODGES.
All right, let's hope it's fine.
I don't
Nope.
know. It was
That's
on
ridiculous.
all news websites.
All right, I'm pulling it up. This is why these cases don't get respect, because it's not searchable. And this is a point. We will be featuring some actual visuals on my Instagram after the show tonight. Let's see, 17. Here we go. Okay, I got it, and I got a video of it. It says Brooklyn, though. That's not it.
No.
Oh, come on, people. New Orleans. Multiple killing.
Yeah, it's probably that one.
No, it says a year ago.
Okay. Well, hold
This
on.
week. Yeah. That sucks. I hate that. Why do they make it so difficult, Facebook?
I don't know.
I'm going to Google it instead of using YouTube.
No, I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is a case that happened in New Orleans. The girl is 17. There were, I believe, 2 other people that had passed away that evening, too. From actual drive-bys as well. Right.
I don't know if it was a drive-by. There was one article that said that the investigation was ongoing and that there was a fight at the football game, and then it went. Here we go.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Send it to me on if you can.
Hold on.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys for your patience tonight. Technical difficulty. Let's see. Is it going to let me open it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. It did. All right, let me get this open. About to take a little bitch slap to my StreamYard over here. And it deserves respect. We just proved it doesn't have anything on YouTube. So, this is the victim. And Haven had so much life, so much energy, so much potential that I can't even believe I'm having to go to a funeral. 2 o'clock to bury my little sister. That was the saddest thing. Let's look at this video real quick, guys.
Envía dinero mientras paseas. Envía dinero a mitad de una
They
canción.
think I'm Spanish. They think I'm Spanish, people. All right, here we go.
A high school senior celebrated her 17th birthday and was killed 2 days later here in New Orleans.
Well, now her family is pleading with whoever fired that fatal shot to come forward. Erica Ferrando joining us now in Gentilly outside the Milning Recreation Center. This is near where the shooting happened and another tragedy for yet another family in our community.
Katie and Therese, according to NOPD, a 17-year-old was leaving a party when someone started shooting. Haven Lodge was her name, and she was hit and died at the hospital. Now her family is sharing her story, hoping for justice and an end to this violence.
She was the girly girl, like the ultimate girly girl.
A girly girl who loved fashion and shopping. Haven Lodge dressed in pink with a birthday girl crowned Friday, a day after turning 17.
Celebrating her birthday one day, I did her makeup.
Her older sister, Rianne Bremer, says Haven just started her senior year at the Net Charter High School.
If nothing in this world, she wanted to graduate. Haven wanted to be a pharmacist.
Saturday night, Haven went to a high school jamboree and after party.
Just going to celebrate, you know, the beginning of the football season.
Her dad, Howard Lodge, waited for her to get home.
The night she went to the football game, you know, she hadn't even cut her birthday cake yet.
Just before 11:30, Haven was leaving the after party when NOPD says someone started shooting. Haven was found lying on the sidewalk. She was hit and died at the hospital.
She said she would cut it when she come back, but she never made it back.
Haven had so much life, so much energy, so much potential that I can't even believe that I'm having to go to a funeral home at 2 o'clock to bury my little sister. I just wouldn't have never thought that this is where we would be. Like,
a family still grieving from another loss.
Within 2 years, I done lost a wife and a daughter. Within 2 years.
Haven's mom, Dorothea Lodge, who was known for feeding the community from her front porch during the pandemic, died in November 2020.
She's with her mother now. She's in heaven with her mother.
There will be glory after this. God is doing something so amazing in this situation, and I can't really see what it is right now, but there are people that need to learn from this. There are people that need to know that guns ain't everything. You don't have to pick up a gun for everything.
To the boy that did this, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Turn yourself in.
Enough is enough.
With another young life lost.
It's enough.
As senseless killings continue.
It's enough.
And an NOPD spokesperson told us this afternoon investigators have not yet determined a motive. They're asking anyone who saw anything or knows what happened to contact NOPD or Crime Stoppers. Erica.
Intense. So sad.
I mean, it's all the time. Our murder number per capita, you know, is number one, and that's something to be ashamed of, you know.
Right.
It's not right. It's not right that those are the statistics and everything, and it's really just senseless.
It is. Well
it's
said.
senseless things. You know, we're all gonna grow, we're all gonna tiff, we're all gonna do this, do that, do that. And it's like, and it's generational and generational. And I just think that it's like, at some point we gotta stop killing each other.
That's right.
Would you agree, Tuki?
Yeah.
And I also find it sad that this is just one example of why a lot of actually most of New Orleans cases, like you were pulling up so much on this, but only for local programming. It's not national. And how do we know? Like in general, murders, especially, she's technically a baby. She's 17.
Yeah.
That's not fair to
I have a
just assume.
17-year-old son.
Right.
I have a 17-year-old son that would have easily gone to his high school jamboree and then to an after party and was leaving his after party to come home, and I'm waiting up for him, and he never gets here, and I get a call saying that it could easily happen. It's anybody's baby, and that's just not right.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
We gotta have some humanity for each other.
They're babies, but the worst part is it was probably a baby shooting that baby.
Exactly.
That's the worst part.
Exactly.
Our youth hasn't had any parents. Look at what our example of. I will say this, and it may be of disagreement, but I'm in the wrong generation.
Yeah.
The way that the people in the generation right under us and then under them have raised their babies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you feel? How do you feel, Miss Chronic Chronicles? Just seeing how it is.
Well, I moved away from a big
But
city.
I'm saying even in
because I
your
couldn't handle
anywhere.
the bullet sounds, and I found out I was going to have a little boy and all those things. I already 100%. I literally have had a phone conversation with a, the responder on the 911, whatever telephone person in Long Beach, California, when I witnessed some dispatch. Thank you. When I did witness somebody be shot on the corner from the view of my window, fall to the ground, people hover around, and I did the right thing. I thought was to call the cops. When I did, there were more bullets. I was on the floor, on the second floor of this house, laying like on the floor with the phone going, there's more bullets. And they're like, are you sure that you saw someone be shot? And I was in shock by that response because it already had taken like 5 minutes for them to route the call. Now, this little girl was found on the street, which means she was abandoned. Everybody just left, shot her, and she hadn't even cut her cake.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so...
Yeah.
And I feel like their family's handling it quite fucking well, considering the circumstances are just so tragic. Like, I do think putting... this is just one example of many on this channel that you guys, if you're interested in showing respect to our city, even though we don't personally live there anymore, we believe the stories matter. So we are going to be showcasing many more potentially on our shout out episodes or in exclusive episodes. Her case in particular, we just described, will be showcased in a future episode. We want to help at least get exposure. So if you guys are listening and have any correlation with that case, maybe you live in New Orleans and you would like to share something about it,
or maybe just share it out. It could go anywhere.
Share it out,
Anybody
please.
Knows
clip the hell out of this to get it
about the Haven Lodge's case and who shot her. They just got to talk, and like, if they're going to shoot this person, what if the next party is where your nephew's at, your niece, your little brother, your child, like, you got to think about this stuff. And like, you can't just, that's the problem with New Orleans. So many unsolved crimes.
Yep.
And it's overwhelming, and they don't have a police force. And it's really intense.
It gets funded and then underfunded. It gets funded and underfunded. It's exactly what it is, a yo-yo effect. I have watched so many documentaries about how, actually, I heard, quick shout out to Sirius XM Radio. I'll put a little referral. You don't even know. I just got Sirius yesterday and I decided, hell, let's see what's on there. Well, I'm pretty happy. There's some talk shows that are amazing. And they were just talking about like, what is the solution to shootings in America? Is it putting police officers in unmarked clothing, or is it all these places that have done it that nothing's changed and it's like, right, they're literally no different than a undercover officer. That's what they are. They're just become street undercover.
That are armed and not know the proper precautions to use a weapon properly.
And they're not trained in psychological matters. So what do? It's a RoboCop in a nice polo. It's not a good situation. Anyway, some good meat that we will talk about in the future. I will be diving into that. But no, this case in general, it's just, we want to highlight it as much as we can. So if you guys have anything, or if if we can keep sharing with you even if it's a small inkling of information, even 6 months from now, we will be doing that. So watch out for that. I actually want to bring up another person that would be cohesive to that exact person. Let me pull him up. Do you guys know about Crime Talk with Scott Reich? Reich? Do you know who he is?
Yep.
You do or don't?
I haven't heard of him.
He's great, man. He's great. Now, he does some good things that you would never expect from an attorney. Let me give you a gander. So he's a true crime channel that is dead. It looks cheeseball. Sorry, Scott.
We promise.
Hold on.
Crime.
Let's be quiet, dude. So Scott's awesome, but he is like a character in his own. I love his back work because it really does reference his kind of style. Like he's an old like Truman Show, but attorney that gives it to you straight. And here we go. 2 hours ago, I'm sure something big went on the Lori Vallow. Now, he's an attorney that is a defense attorney in Denver, Colorado. He's an active attorney. He works very hard on criminal defense. He's had some of his ex-clients come on his channel. He's really amazing. So when things happen in the news, when it comes to murders, homicides, missing people, he doesn't really handle too much children, which is just, I don't think it's his forte, what he wants to. But the Lori Vallow case is how I found him. Let's pull up one of his quick videos and I'll just skim through it. I'm not even sure what we're going to see, but there's a lot of production that goes into this, though it's literally from his desk that he works from. So I find it really interesting. Like, you can ask him questions. If you find him on a live, he will answer. And for at least the cannabis industry, I think he's a great attorney if you're in the Colorado area, because he's at least a bigger defense attorney for politically incorrect things that happen in Colorado.
Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Let's get to the docket. First, I'm sure something big went on in the Lori Vallow Chad Daybell hearings today. We'll talk about that. The OnlyFans trial is set, and somehow I think it will, in fact, take place before the Vallow and Daybell trial. And then finally, our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk.
So what he does is he does like dumb criminal of the day, and then he sends them a mug.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, his dumb criminal of the day. Let's see what I want to throw out there. Are you confident, Marie, just sharing real quick about the Lori Vallow case, or do you want me to take the lead on that?
You can go ahead.
Okay. It will actually lead into our next person we're going to share in a minute. Let me make sure this is all ready to go. I see her. Okay, so what we have found in time, at least in the true crime world, is that there's credible information and evidence out there, and then there's fluffed up information, hearsay. Yes, ma'am. So I do find like different people out there are great and whatever, but there was a lot of information that came from the public when the particular, let me pull this up, JJ and Tylee. Okay, so these children, let me pull this up real quick, unfortunately were murdered by their potentially mother and stepfather, who buried them in the backyard, one with a trash bag duct taped, double trash bag duct taped. The little boy was found in the backyard in a praying position, taped up.
In a praying position?
Yes, ma'am. And I think he was 7 years old. She was almost 16. She was 16.
How were they killed?
So they were killed. She was dismembered and burned.
No, but how were they killed?
This is the case that we don't know all the facts fully yet, because now that this is the holes, they were underneath a fire pit where other animals had been. Also, what would we say that is? A natural version of cremation.
Yeah, they wrapped them in tape.
Just him, not her. She was in a bucket, in a melted plastic bucket. Part of her leg, her head, her torso, missing body parts and organs, of course, existed. Him, they believe he was suffocated when he was killed, potentially suffocated, like duct taped mouth, then the eyes. It was the whole body. But there was a particular YouTuber who I will talk about in a moment, who actually described this about 3 months prior to them finding it. How were they found? Through pinged evidence on a cell phone from the brother. There's Tylee. From the brother, Alex Cox, which is Lori Vallow's brother. She had her brother kill this man. This is Charles Vallow. They were LDS and believed that there were spirits taking over. This is Chad. He is a doomsday book writer, and he believed that the children were taunted with demons and they needed to be taken from this world so that you could free the spirits. So he convinced his new wife, after he killed, I'm sure they're going to explain it next, thank you, drum roll please, after he killed his wife, Tammy Vallow. This is Alex Cox. Alex Cox shot Charles Vallow in the house when he was trying to pick up his child, JJ. JJ was special needs, so he had routines and whatnot, and very much was not aware of what was going on, we believe, because it was shortly after he was
Didn't they take away his emotional support dog and all that?
and his medication and his tablet.
So
all within the few months. I think she didn't make it more than a month. I think she was a whole month with her child, and Tylee was gone within 2 weeks of Charles being killed. This case, I have been this is the whole reason I got personally into true crime, was a little bit of the Chris Watts cases, but more so of the Lori Vallow case, because I came from such a religious background. You could potentially be believing that spirits took over your family members and the only way to rid them is to kill them. That is something I could see the demographic I came from could exist in the Christian culture I came from, the churches I came from, 100%. So this case was really special to me. This particular picture here with Alex Cox, the brother, he ended up dying within like 3 months of the kids dying. He had a heart attack unexpectedly in the bathroom and died. Same exact conditions as the wife that was of Chad's. It's so convoluted, it's hard to follow. Obviously, I'm sure Tim's over here like, what is going on? 2Key, I'm sorry. This is a case we will get into because they're about to go to trial finally.
A little overwhelmed. I feel like
they went to Hawaii,
but I really don't want to speak on anybody's behalf.
Exactly.
So after we talk about this, let's go to lighter subjects.
Well, I do want to bring up, we're going to pull out of here real quick. I do want to bring up the psychic Reverend Donna Serafina. That's her name. I'm sorry, it's hard to say it. She is the one who is a actual clairvoyant. We speak about spirituality on this channel and other things. I'm friends with her on Facebook. She's a fantastic person in general. Her story about her life and losing her daughter is kind of where a lot of her own belief systems came, and she really, really had more heightened beliefs in her gifts, because she feels like her daughter brought her to look into that case we just discussed. She, yes, actually felt like her daughter had guided her. Like she saw an actual vision of Tylee in the room and was the one who described in exact detail about the duct tape and everything else in a meditative state, recording herself and then uploaded it to YouTube. And she had sent a ton of her reports and recordings. Here we go. The Tylee burial. It's literally when you take the recording she did and then you lay it next to the actual court evidence and everything else, like how they said it at the court. It's creepy. So I think we should do a reaction video because it's eye-opening. We talk about spirituality here. Why aren't police using psychics more? They aren't. They are a little. It's only like 2%, believe it or not, in the United States at least. And so this person has also come up with the exact details in a clairvoyant and a meditative state related to the Brian Laundrie case and Gabby Petito. She knew where she was going to be found before she was found and what it looked like and everything. She was exactly to the T. And now she has recently done the Kylie Rodney case. So it is pretty creepy because it's undeniable.
What did she say about the Kylie?
That she was in water and that I didn't listen to the whole recording. I've only seen actually Sweetie Pie Lowe's version, which she interviewed her about it. So they were taking excerpts from it. But I believe that night I didn't get to finish it fully. But I know that she was right because of the water. Like everybody, it wasn't just as simply as that. You'll have to hear a recording from her. So we'd have to I think we should feature her one day. And maybe Donna would come on. I think she may. She's amazing. And she does write a lot of books about teaching people how to like believe in the gift. And she believes highly in the afterlife, like in animal afterlife and whatnot, and like does a lot of good. Here, I'll actually show you guys this visually. All videos. Where is it going to show me? Oh, it's going to be on the playlist. Here we go. Lectures. So she has these lectures on spiritualism. I think we should totally review them because they're creepily great. And then her, what was it? The EVP ones where she's talking to her daughter and the balloon travels through this house. It's so crazy. Actually, we have to. This is beautiful. We're going to do this.
Balloon.
Here we go.
Was in the living room all the way up at the ceiling. And it literally
Hold on. Let me fix this. Sorry, guys.
Here's my hallway with this high raised ceiling.
I love her so much.
Here's my living room. And this balloon started up here. It came down from this high ceiling, came down here into my hallway. Then it turned and went this way to the room where I do my readings. And it's there, the balloon I bought for Nicole's birthday.
Watch this.
Isn't that interesting? And I just happened to be burning sage in this room.
Watch this shit. It starts moving more. It's so incredible.
It looks like more smoke than it is because I'm not even burning the sage anymore. But, you know, maybe there's a physics reason where smoke would draw a balloon there. And the balloon's going over now to these roses. I'm not sure why.
Like, watch this. It's just, it starts gliding. There's no
What the
air.
balloon's
There's
doing
no.
now.
It's so incredible. I love this. This is the first one I ever saw, but her lectures. I'm gonna give you guys a sample real quick in a second. It's so worth it.
Up, needs to rise up to get over the ledge. And if it decides to go back in the living room, or what? Where's the balloon gonna go? So the balloon left the living room. The balloon left the living room, came down the hallway, came into the spirit room, got me to follow it. Now it's out of the spirit room.
It's just hovering. It's just hovering. What the hell?
I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
See, if it was
Balloon, can you go, please, either to my bedroom or if you're led, I'm telling you, balloon, to go to my living room or to my bedroom. Go to my living room.
Look at this power.
Or
Look
to
how
my bedroom.
fast it goes.
One of the two.
It's too crazy.
Okay, so the balloon is being guided by spirit now because I can feel the spirit energy really strong. And the balloon is deciding to go.
Look how
or whoever's pushing the balloon is deciding to go back into the living room. So literally the balloon started in the living room. Was way up high.
Watch this, guys.
Was way up high up here. Then the balloon went, of course, to right here, which is where, you know, it caught my attention going down. And then I started wondering if this is like the bubble. And then the balloon went down the hallway, down there, into the room where I do readings. I do readings and circles and stuff in this room.
the balloon went into the middle of the air here. And then it went to look at these yellow roses. And then it came out, back out the door. And now it's getting ready to go out the front door. Oh,
Look at
I
this
should
shit.
let it. Let's see. Do we
I
want this
love
balloon
this
out
so
the front
much.
door? Okay. This balloon
Spirit
apparently
is
wants
real,
to go
guys.
outside. So we're going to let this balloon go outside here.
Look at this shit.
Let's see if it takes off. Okay, the balloon wants to go out the front door. So far, it doesn't have enough helium to fly.
Watch this. Watch this.
Some strength. Yes, it does. It certainly
What
does.
the
It's
hell?
proving, of course, that it can fly.
I love Donna for this. I spoke to her about this particular video.
So
I was
this
like,
balloon is
so proud that you posted that.
getting me to follow it. And it is highly capable
Holy
of
shit.
flying up in the air.
Holy shit.
I feel the angel energy going through me. I felt it when can you still see the balloon?
Isn't that crazy? Come on, that's just a simple fucking balloon. It proves its point. She didn't know it was going to do that. When I talked to her privately, she was like, honey, I did not know. And it just reaffirmed it. And then her videos where she speaks on EVP, I think that's the one. She has so many good videos. You guys need to give her some love. Next week or next month, when we do our next shout out, there'll be another one I'll be suggesting that I found through this lady too. Because evidence is important. It's not just a balloon. You go and look at her lectures. Like I was just saying, I'm going to give you guys a small taste because it's just good shit. I mean, she is drained though, as you know, as a energetic medium, I would say, with spirit, my dear. You definitely are someone who connects people with spirit. Don't you find that having other people who like bring you that I know that feeling, moment, and have captured it? Oh.
It's very energetic, dealing with energy of anything that's crossed over or spirit guides and if you're not in the right headspace mentally, it's extremely intense.
Right.
And it's a lot to handle. And I could see how everybody that's in that spiritual community that is able to mediumship or any of that,
right.
I could see how it could definitely be
taxing. Exactly.
Toxic to a lot of your own personal growth.
And she got COVID right
What do you think, Tukey?
after she did the major readings for Tylee Ryan and all that. She felt like spirit gave her the energy to do it and then totally drained her of it, made her sick. Yeah. Go for it, Tukey. Did you say something?
No, I'm just saying that. With what Bree was saying just now.
So I'm thinking we should bring up one of your guys. What do you think? Which one should I bring up?
What about Joe Rogan? Did we mention him yet?
Oh, sir, high five. Joe Rogan. We're bringing it up. What's one of your favorite episodes I should really look for?
I like the Bob Lazar one.
Bob Lazar? Okay.
Because that was about UFOs and it kind of gives you a gist on what the government might be messing around with.
Right. I like the one that he did with Bob Lazar and the one with Elon Musk. That was an excellent one. Where he was like, where they asked him point blank, do you think that there's aliens? And he was like, I would have met one already. I don't know anymore. Like, I think your wife might be close.
And he smoked and it changed his stocks. And
right. Here, I'm pulling it up. Bob Lazar. Hang on a second, guys. And
And he does one with a magician too. It's pretty crazy.
Magician? Oh, well, let's look that one up. Because we're gonna do a whole Bob Lazar episode, don't you think?
Yeah, we can. I'm not exactly sure what the guy's name is. I forgot.
Let's see. Is it David Blaine?
Yeah,
Oh,
David
I know
Blaine.
that man. He's crazy.
Yeah,
It's a great collection.
You're gonna freak out.
From Plasticell, look, even the sunglasses come off on
Wow.
Biggie. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
You got
it's
John
awesome.
Wick.
Uh-oh. There we go.
John Wick and his pit bull. Richard
This is
Pryor.
awesome.
Yeah, I got Kanye, Bruce Lee.
But the glasses are,
Are those
Biggie's
bobbleheads?
I know.
amazing.
Well, this guy's amazing. Shout out to Fong from Plasticell. He makes some dope shit. Yeah, he's amazing. But not
Here,
as
I'm
amazing
gonna
as
pop
that shit
in
you
here.
did in the green room, man. David just did some card wizardry that it's one thing that you see when you see that shit on TV, you're like, man, if I was there, I'd see some shit. I'd know what's going on. But when you see it in real life, you're like, what is happening here?
Yeah, it's way better like in person than all.
Oh, yeah. Well, at the end, I don't want to give anything away, but at the end, literally a man is holding one of his wrists and another guy's holding the other wrist, and he still does the card trick, and we still can't figure out what happened. When did you get started? How old were you?
So I was about 5 years old when I started playing with cards, but I didn't know what they were for really. So I just had a deck of cards that I carried everywhere. But I liked the way it felt, just like it felt like something cool.
So I gotta ask, Tukey, when you first, because you're younger than us, we have to say it. When was the first time you heard Joe Rogan, and what was it that you were like, this dude's cool?
Well, I remember he was on Fear Factor.
Did you watch Fear Factor?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's really great.
So I found Joe Rogan after the fact, and I didn't like him at first because I didn't like Fear Factor. So I was like, your face is getting. Yeah, oh, seriously. I'm weird like that. Marie can explain it. I don't like, what's his name? What's the actor that just had all those problems? We were just talking about it. Johnny Depp. I didn't like Johnny Depp or the dodgeball guy. Any of I'm got strange taste. So, I mean, were you hooked on Joe Rogan, or you just kind of pop around and listen?
I've pretty much heard all his podcasts.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you ever a fan of Howard Stern?
I always thought he was really edgy.
Exactly. I think Joe Rogan, really just, I mean, Marie's not as familiar, are you?
Rogan's a maniac, dude.
I mean, I know
And
a
he
little
taught
bit
me-
about both.
He taught me about the sensory deprivation tanks.
Ooh. I think we have an episode in the future for Joe Rogan and some of our favorite.
He gets the craziest people on there. I bet you.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
At the same time that Joe Rogan was around, I was like just starting to understand podcasts, and podcasts were Joe Rogan, and I believe Tom Green was the other one that was really early. I loved his show. It was nutty. And
You've
what's
always
the other?
loved Tom Green.
I love Tom Green. Tom Green is the best. I'm a huge fan. That is on the bucket list. I don't care how old he is. I have to give him a hug one day. I'm telling you. He's come through my town, and I was like, please, let's do a podcast in the car, because he does currently right now. Let me see if there's a visual of it. He's got a dog. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He intentionally says it like that. I got a dog. I don't have a girlfriend. But Tom Green is getting up there in the oldness, and it's sad, but it's adorable because he's still got his funk. He is like silly as hell. Okay. Oh my God. Yes. I didn't know this existed. Hold on. Holy crap. Because I was going to bring up Steve-O tonight, because we're going to be doing a Steve-O podcast in the future. Reaction video, because Tukiru and I are fans of Steve-O. And were you a fan of the Jackass people or what?
Yeah, I thought they
You were?
crazy.
I agree.
Do some of the stuff, like when they built the skate park inside a house.
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't think I remember the stapling of butt cheeks, beehives on cocks. I remember, what's the other one?
They
The
did a loop-de-loop ramp and rode their bikes and skateboard.
human ramp. That was a recent one.
And that's one of the worst injuries that Tony Hawk ever got, I think.
I can't look at a
He fell-
grocery cart without thinking about that show, you know? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's see. I'm
No,
pulling up.
I'm with you.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to a truly special wild ride with Steve-O. This week, we've got a legend.
This is only
man.
a
There's
year
no other way
ago.
to put it. A legend.
I just
of
want you
so
guys to
many
see a
things, and
visual.
a personal hero of mine from way back in the day. And, dude, we're both van lifers, man. So let's dive into it.
Let's not leave it in the hallway, as they say. Let's.
I learned that saying from you. Okay, here's how we do it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Green. Yeah.
All right.
I love it. Dude, because you know how old he's gonna be saying that and talking about it. It's epic. It's epic.
Tim, look at it. Wait, keep it.
I know. Isn't that cute? I love it. I'm a huge fan. You gotta understand, the older Tom Green gets, the more I love this Canadian man. He's so silly, it's not even funny. I hope they show this shit. Are they gonna show it in here? Hold on. No. But he has a van podcast just like Steve-O, and they did it totally opposite times. And this mofo, I was watching Tom Green during the pandemic start a podcast that he was doing in the forest. Like literally, he had a gun. You know why he had a gun? Not to protect himself, just to protect his dog, which you're about to see. And the podcast was so freaking great because he would start it just like us normal people. He would start it. You would hear him cough. You'd hear him get up and get a drink. Like he was talking to people, and you know, people would say, shout out me or whatever, and he'd write on a piece of paper and hold it up. Like Tom Green's the oldest of the oldest grassroots real ass creators out there, and I think probably, in my personal opinion, one of the best Canadians I know, like straight up, because he's not overly political. You know what I mean? He doesn't bring his bullshit to our table. He has his opinions and he keeps to himself. So I don't know, but let's just hear him speak for a second, just to take this old man situation in for all of us 90s and 80s babies. Here we go.
I'm not sure if you've met my co-host, Scott
Yeah,
Randolph.
we've met at the airport. You're like, look, it's TG.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, what's up, TG?
And up at
What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Up at the front of the van, we got the gorgeous Paul Brisky.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Wow, that's cool. So you guys are all in the van right now.
That's right.
That's
man.
amazing.
Van
Are
life.
you in some amazing place right now? I'm not in my van right now. I'm in my house. But you've been here to my house before.
Oh,
This is
many
not the
times.
van.
Yeah, many times. We're just parked outside of my house, dude. So much of this
okay.
darn
Cool.
pandemic. You know, we had such big plans for the van. We're gonna drive it to all these magnificent places. We're gonna bring it to make podcasting convenient for huge stars. We've got the mobile studio, and for the most part, it just sits at the house, and we're talking to a computer screen in here.
Oh, really? So, like, the reason I got my van was because of the pandemic, because I needed to kind of get out of the house. So I've been,
right.
But I've not really been going to talk to anybody. I've just been going and sitting all by myself in the middle of the desert.
I know. I've been enjoying your YouTube channel.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. It's been kind of like, all right, Charlie, we're not the best. Yeah, I've been kind of like just sort of on a little photography, videography kind of journey, you know?
Right.
It's been very peaceful and relaxing.
And how long have you been back at home at your house?
I've been home for a couple of days, but then I kind of go back and forth. Like I go out for a couple of weeks, and then I come back and you know, take a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's interesting, but we'll have to like totally cover at least maybe one of these parts of the episode. I haven't even reviewed this one. I didn't know this one existed. So I'm so effing happy. I
And
will
again,
watch
just
it.
to
Yes.
recap, we will definitely be doing this once a month, so we have plenty more to
Yes.
share.
That's right.
Do you want to share one last one, Miss Chronicles?
Ooh, let's bring on No Jumper. I'm gonna bring that one up because No Jumper is another great one. It's a podcast, but it's visually. Oops, what happened here? What'd I do? Hold on. Share screen. No Jumper. So I accidentally found this YouTuber. He is actually an ex porn star, ex basketball player, I believe, and he just is connected with some of the most interesting people in our history, in our global history. Like he just interviews the most, and he doesn't just bring one voice on; he brings a few. And I feel like that's the cool part is his interviews are extremely interesting. He does small clips. One of my favorite ones is the what was it? What's her freaking name? Whoa, Vicky, that chick. Yeah, that one. And he does a lot of people and a lot of people in the music industry and whatnot that you don't actually see their face, and I kind of think it's awesome that you get to hear, and there's a lot of comedians. This guy was good. Andrew Schwartz. I'm saying his name wrong. But yeah, if you want something that's entertaining and like they basically smoke a lot of weed on their set and talk and nothing is off the tables. He only has 4,000. He's a porn star as well. Him and his wife are polyamorous, so they do, and believe it or not, real shit, no exaggeration. They do a separate podcast that they use No Jumper to like backbone on. So this other one is an interview YouTube podcast where they interview the porn star or the person they're going to mess around with before they mess around with them, and they ask their whole life story. And then they end it and they do the porn, and then everybody goes to OnlyFans and they see the porn. He's done Trisha Paytas, which that porn was an extensive, interesting thing. And her interview was interesting. So, there's some interesting ones on there. And he likes to bring out a lot of the OnlyFans people that aren't really telling their stories, but they might have like a ton of followers, and
Right.
whatever percentage. And it's like, how are you doing this? And these people are very insightful. And I feel like I found this particular podcaster and YouTube channel in correlation with the soft white underbelly that I was telling you guys about the other day. So I think, and they're friends too. So now this guy, No Jumper, Adam, he's been going and helping Mark bring some of these people like Frenchie. I'm going to look that one up real quick. I'm not going to play it, but I'll just give you guys a visual. Oh, there it is. I love her so much. She's from France. Let me make sure you guys can see it. She's from France. This is the podcast to freaking see. She's hysterical. Let me see if I can. She's an escort that worked at bunny ranches, but the way that I can explain this is she just really loves herself as a person. And, that's a good part here. Hold on, let me just start this for a second.
Podcast in the world. And today we got a crowd pleaser, a fan favorite.
A legend.
What the fuck happened to my joint?
I can be remembered as the best fuck of their life 20 years from now. That's my goal.
But is every woman who has sex with a
Hold on. This is what you got to hear.
I do one-on-one type of dates.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that, yes, it's a very artistic way of approaching sex the way I do it.
What's the
and
art?
It doesn't
though?
have to be caught on camera.
Is the art finessing money out of the dudes?
Absolutely not.
What's the art? The sex itself?
blowing their fucking mind, so they come back again and again and again, and I can be remembered as the best fuck of their life 20 years from now. That's my goal.
But is every woman who has sex with a man in private, are they an artist as well?
I have no idea.
To me, that you're bastardizing the term artist at that point, right?
Well, no, right. So like, okay, here's the art like part, right? So for example, she was with a dude who liked, you know, to have sex with dead people, right?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And she had to act like, you know, she was dead. So
Which is a true point. You should watch this interview, guys. She was with a man who paid her so much money to, just one of the men paid her so much money to pretend that she was dead while he was, extra, read about it. Right. So yeah, Frenchie, and then she smokes all the time, so I can relate with her because she smokes cannabis all the time. She doesn't like anything but cannabis, but she was like, it goes along with spelling, the way she feels, the smells, all of it. She feels comfortable with a joint in her hand, and I can so relate with that. It's hard to explain. You don't really take a minute to step back unless someone points it out and they're like, why are you always smoking? Because it's like it completes me in a lot of ways, and the way that I'm like able to be out of pain and converse more, or drink my coffee better, or, you know, even take a bath better. Like, I can freaking relate with that point, you know?
Right.
She's a beautiful soul. We will definitely be featuring her in the future.
Very exciting.
Do you guys have one more you want to share? Are we all tired out tonight?
Yeah, that's it for tonight. We're gonna have to.
Well,
but we
thank
have
you
a
guys.
lot more coming. We'll be back on Friday with some new content.
That's right. It will be September. Is that right? Yes, it will be. Holy crap. Is it really fall already? Here we go.
Yeah, we're coming
Buckle
right up on it.
Well, guys, thank you for joining. I appreciate all of you. Leave a comment, share this out, and until our next podcast, have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Be blessed and blessed be.
Good night.